Friday. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Aria Leon. Welcome. I'll give it a minute or so. I'm going to be using 2 blocks today. If you have 2 blocks at home, please grab them. And we will start lying down in Supta Baddha Konasana. So if you're ready now, you're welcome to go ahead and relax, lay back, feet together, knees wide on your mat. Today we're doing power yoga, empowered yoga. And our goal pose will be crow pose, Bakasana. So in order to find crow pose, we're going to open up the hips. We're going to find strength in the rhomboids, those muscles between the shoulder blades, and also the inner thighs. So that'll be our physical goal, but our intention is just to notice whenever you feel a lack of power, is it possibly due to an inauthenticity somewhere with yourself or with somebody else? This is an algorithm I learned from a leadership course I did like 10 years ago. But whenever I notice I feel a lack of power, I ask myself, am I being inauthentic about something? Am I not admitting something to myself, or am I not telling someone else my truth? And therefore, whatever I'm receiving isn't really based on reality or truth. So a lot of that is going on these days, and I think it's great to just have the inquiry, just be in the question of it, and that's it. So that'll be our real intention. The physical stuff, whatever you get, but we'll start lying on the back. Let me just turn on the music. Feet together, knees wide. So if you want to use your blocks, you can place your blocks beneath your thighs. I'll make my way to my mat. So lying on your back, feet together, knees wide, perhaps with the blocks beneath your thighs. And then you can take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and just close your eyes. Exhale. Breathe in. Let it go. Take 2 more of those deep breaths. Let it be enough to simply breathe. Grateful for your health, your respiratory system. Grateful for the right to breathe. Breathing for yourself, but also everyone else. Giving everyone that same right. Giving everyone the permission to live, to breathe, and to find happiness. Giving yourself permission. Setting your intention to realign with your authentic self. To notice when you fall into the habits of groupthink, or just notice when you're not acting from this highest version of you. What is your essence, your intention? For me, it's always courage. Can I have the courage to speak my truth? And at the same time, have the courage to listen and welcome someone else's truth into my life. Bringing it back to that, your intention, your truth, just call it into mind. Exhale. And take your time to stretch your arms long over your head, reach your toes down below, getting long from edge to edge. On the breath out, draw your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins, give yourself a hug, give yourself all the love. Now hold on to the back of your thighs, pump your legs, and rock yourself into boat pose, pausing there. Find your power in the core, the midline. So the big toes touch, the navel draws into the spine, and then you can float your palms, but feel your shoulders squeeze together on your back, that rhomboid retraction. Now gaze ahead, lengthen through the back of your neck. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower into a half boat. Hover your heels, hover your shoulders. Do that again. Squeeze the big toes together, rise up. Exhale, big toes touch, lower halfway. Slow and steady. Squeeze to the midline as you rise. Squeeze to the midline as you hover a little lower. Now inhale, rise back up. Hold on to the back of your thighs and slowly lay your spine down onto the mat. Feet on the floor, knees bent. Arms by your sides. Exhale everything out. Inhale, lift your hips up off the ground, pulsing into bridge pose. Exhale, lower your hips back to the mat. 3 more of those. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, rest your hips on the mat. 2 more. Inhale, strengthening the back body, the quads, the hamstrings. Exhale, release. Last one. Lift your hips and hover there. Breathe. Option, release your fingers together. Squeeze your rhomboids, your shoulder blades together. Narrow your knees, squeeze the inner thighs towards the midline. Feel your heels pushing the floor forward. Last breath, lift the chin off the chest. 1 more, inhale. Awesome, release your interlaced hands, relax your back. Come into a happy baby, reach for your inner feet. Rock it out side to side. You can stretch one leg out at a time if you like. The inner thigh muscles, the adductors, it's part of your core and it's going to help you float into that crow pose later on. Hold on to the back of your thighs. This time rock yourself up into a tabletop. So when you come onto your seat, crisscross your shins, take your hands to the mat, shoulder distance apart. From here, find cow pose. Inhale, lift your chin, sway your chest. Exhale, press and round, drop your head. Good, 2 more like that. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curl it in. Last time, inhale, find the back bend in your spine. Exhale, rounding, push the floor down and forward. Now coming into a neutral spine, bring your knees together. Inhale, stretch your right leg straight back behind your right hip, float it in space. Exhale, bring your right knee to touch your right wrist. Inhale, re-extend your right leg behind you. Now right knee towards the forearm of the right arm. Again, inhale, stretch back through your tippy toes. Right knee, right elbow touch. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, make contact. 1 more, press back through your tippy toes. Right knee to the right shoulder head or armpit, pausing here. Now as you breathe in, slide your right knee towards your right wrist. As you exhale, glide your right knee back up towards your armpit. Do that again. Inhale to go low. Exhale to rise high. 1 more time. Inhale, let the knee slide down the arm bone. Exhale, hike it up. Use those obliques. Nice. Now reach your right leg back behind you. Inhaling. Send your right foot to the floor. Spin your right heel down for a modified side plank. Inhale, right arm up overhead. Give that right wrist a few rolls. Feel the length in your tailbone. The whole outer edge of your right foot is on the floor. Now pause. Right arm floats. Maybe the right leg floats as well. Feel that same length in the tail again. Turn on the abdominals. Feel your shoulders continue to squeeze on your back. Spin the right toes in just a little bit. 1 last breath. Good. Thread the needle. Lower your right knee as you swing your right arm underneath your left arm. Rest the right side of your head down on the earth. Walk your left hand forward. Or take any other variation you enjoy in this shape. Notice if your hips swayed to one side. Just feel the knees dig down and neutralize. One more deep breath. And as you exhale, you can walk that left hand back onto the mat by your head, returning to the tabletop. Inhale. Bring the knees to touch. Breathe out. Inhale, lengthen the left leg back in line with your hip. Exhale, left knee, left wrist. Inhale, press back through your tippy toes, reach up with your chest. Exhale, left knee, left forearm. Inhale, re-extend, little bend in the elbows. Now left knee, left elbow. Inhale, press it back through the tippy toes. Touch your tricep a little higher each round. One more time to go. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, left knee, left shoulder head. Now we slide the knee down towards the wrist, inhaling. Using the obliques, hike your left knee back up towards your shoulder head. Do that again. Inhale, lower the knee towards the wrist. Exhale, slide it up towards the shoulder, armpit. One more time. Lower. Exhale, lift. Nice. Now re-extend through your back leg, your left leg. We'll put the left toes on the ground, spin the heel to the mat, and then lift your left hand up. Enjoy those wrist rolls in your modified side plank. Whatever's true to you, you can stay as you are, or hover your left heel. Find the tone in the abdomen, lengthen through the tail. Turn on the shoulder blade muscles, the rhomboids. And as you spin the left toes in, you're using the inner thigh muscles, the adductor. Awesome. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, left knee to the mat, left arm underneath the right arm. Rest the left side of your head down on the earth. Maybe the right hand travels forward for your version of thread the needle on this side. Ground through your knees. Level off your hips. Enjoy one more breath into the back of your heart. Awesome. Right hand on the mat. Unwrap, left hand to the floor, tabletop. Take a cow pose. Lift your chin, sway your chest. Breathe in. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees, lengthen your legs, downward dog. Almost like cat pose in the spine, hugging the low ribs in. Breathe into the back body. Now, as we move through our practice, you can choose downward dog. You can also choose child's pose or even extended puppy pose. It's all about being true to you, right? And coming back to your core value. As mine is courage. Whatever's true to you. Breathe it in. Let it go. One more grounding breath. Awesome. Inhale, lift your right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, touch right knee, right armpit. Inhale, re-extend, three-legged dog. Right knee, left elbow, exhale. Inhale, kick it high one more time. Now exhale, bringing right foot between the thumbs. Go slow, bring your hands to your hips and rise up into your lunge. Roll your shoulders back. Now you can keep your hands where they're at or lift your arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, open your elbows wide. Hover your left knee, let it bend, but don't let it touch the floor. Inhale, re-extend, arms overhead, long in that back leg. Three more. Exhale, shoulders squeeze, dip the back knee. Inhale, re-extend. Last two, shoulders squeeze, strong rhomboids. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, last one, get low in your lunge. Inhale, rise up. Now stay strong in that back leg as you stack the right knee over the ankle. Lengthen your tailbone towards the mat. Lift the front side of your waistband. Go even taller through your fingertips and deeper into that right knee. One more, big breath in. Excellent. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step right foot back to plank pose or modified plank. Breathe in. Stay for the exhale, lengthen through the tail. Puff up the upper back. Breathe in. Squeeze through your kneecaps. Breathe out. One more. Inhaling. Exhale to the floor. Go slow. Untuck your toes. Little baby cobra. Inhale, lift your head. Lift your heart. Exhale, release back down onto the mat. Slide your hands back so they're underneath your elbows. Inhale, choose little baby cobra or big cobra. Lifting your hips and your thighs. Exhale for downward facing dog. You can bend your knees or roll over the tops of your feet. Take a bountiful breath in. Generous breath out. Other side, lift your left leg nice and high. Left knee, left elbow touch. Inhale, kick it back and up. Left knee, right elbow touch. Inhale, big kick, breathe in. Exhale, big step through, right between the thumbs. Hands to the hips to begin. You can keep your hands here the whole time. Now to catch your balance, use your inner thighs. Ground into that left big toe. And then maybe the arms rise. Either way, dip that back knee. Elbows might go wide. For 3, inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, get low, but don't touch. Last 2, inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Find your depth. And rise back up again. Breathe in. Now stay powerful through your back leg. Send the left shin forward, stacking knee over ankle. Driving the right hip forward. Lengthen through the tail. Breathe. Deepen. 1 more. Awesome. At the end of your exhale, take your hands to the floor. Inhale, step back, high plank pose. Cycle through your flow. Exhale as you lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, choose baby cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in. Smooth breath out. Take 2 more rounds. Last one. Inhale, lift your heels, look at your thumbs. Exhale, bend your knees, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Feet hips width apart, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise with the long spine, reach overhead. Exhale, hands into chest. Now pause, just take a deep breath. Let it go. Follow the rhythm of your breath. 3 rounds of sun salutation A. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, heads up, halfway. Exhale, hands to mat, stepper, float it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe for 3. 2. Last one. Lift your heels, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Inhale all the way up. Hands to chest. Again, inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, fold in. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to mat, stepper, float it back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog, 3 breaths. Slow and steady. Last breath. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, look up. Bend your knees, walk or hop to the top. Halfway rise, breathe. Lean your hips forward, fold forward, exhale. Inhale all the way up. Hands to heart. One more time, inhale, reach. Lead with your heart, fold. Heads up, halfway, breathe in. Step or float, Chaturanga is a choice. Inhale, back bend shape. Exhale, downward dog. 3 deep breaths. 2. 1. All right, inhale, lift to your heels, look up. Bend your knees, walk, hop, or handstand to the top. Feet together, halfway rise. Exhale, fold forward. Squeezing the legs to the midline, rise. Hands to heart, exhale. Now re-extend your arms overhead, breathe in. Take your elbows wide for a standing back bend, shoulders squeeze together. Inhale, re-extend arms overhead. Now sit into chair pose and swing your arms behind you like airplane wings. Do that again. Inhale, rise up, lengthen your legs, reach overhead. Exhale, elbows wide, lean back with your chest. Inhale, re-extend, arms overhead. Bend your knees, swing your arms back. Inhale, reach back up overhead. One more, elbows wide, lift your heart. Inhale, reach overhead. Sit, swing your airplane wings. Awesome, rise up, reach up again. Now fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step or float, your choice, chaturanga. Inhale, up, down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay with your breath, lift your right leg. Exhale, tap your nose with your knee. Inhale, big kick. Exhale, big step through. Strong inner thighs, rise, arms overhead. Similar pattern, open your elbows wide, dip your back knee. Re-extend arms overhead, lengthen through your left leg. Lean your heart forward, fly your airplane wings. Do that again, rise up, reach up. Elbows wide, strong rhomboids, strong inner thighs. Inhale, reach overhead. Lean your heart forward, airplane arms. One more of these. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Pull the ceiling down, exhale. Rise it back up, inhale. Lean your heart forward, airplane wings, turbo lunge. Awesome, rise up, arms overhead. Find your warrior two, exhale, left heel to the mat, arms wide to a T. We'll take 5 breaths. Send that right shin farther forward and your left hand farther back. Peek down, do you see your ribs directly over your hips? Nice, now look beyond your right fingertips. Add a little bend in your elbows, use those triceps. Awesome, keep the right knee where it is. Lift your right arm up overhead, reversing your warrior. Find your power in the breath. Inhale, come back up through warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose, right forearm toward your thigh or any variation that's true to you today. Feel your left glute firing. Now use that to help you rise. Warrior two, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat, step back to plank or 3-limbed plank, floating the right leg in space. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, take it home, down dog pose. Right into the other side, left leg nice and high. Exhale, tap your nose. Inhale, big kick. Exhale, big step through. Rise, arms overhead, high lunge. Elbows wide, dip the back knee, exhaling. Re-extend arms to the sky. Lean your heart forward, fly your wings behind you, airplane style. 2 more times, rise up, reach up. Elbows wide, strong rhomboids. Inhale, reach overhead, lengthen your back leg. Exhale, dive your heart forward, strong back body. Inhale, rise. Last one, elbows wide, pull down the house. Inhale, hold it back up. Exhale, fly your arms. Awesome, rise up, high lunge. Right heel to the mat, open your arms wide. Stand in your truth, stand in your warrior two. What are you a warrior of? Courage, truth, power? I know now we're being asked to go back to work, to go back into the world, to send kids back into daycare. And I need you to just ask yourself why. Before you make any of those choices, does it still resonate with your truth? Staying safe, lift the left arm overhead. Keeping the bend in your left leg. Breathing into the left lungs. Fill them up, 1 more round. Well done. Inhale through warrior two to side angle pose. Your choice. You always have a choice. If you ever feel a lack of power, search for where you might be inauthentic about something. Maybe in this pose, you're having a hard time breathing. Perhaps you have found that you've gone deeper than you're ready to. Practice that here and it'll carry with you through the rest of your day. And as things change from week to week, It'll be like your North Star, keeping you true. Now come back up to the warrior two. Inhale. All the way down. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back with the left leg. Option to float it in space. Ekapada, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, up dog. Adho Mukha, downward dog. Now take a breath. Let it go. Find that rhythm. Let it anchor you. As we move through that sequence, one breath per movement without the pulses. Exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, tap your nose one time. Inhale, kick the sky. Exhale, step it through. Strong inner thighs, rise. Elbows wide, hover the left knee one time. Inhale, reach up overhead again. Lean your heart forward, fly your airplane wings, turbo lunge just once. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Left heel to the mat, fan your arms wide, get low in warrior two. Inhale, lift your right arm to the sky. Side angle pose, exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale to rise with grace, with lightness, with strength. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Keep breathing out as your right foot steps back and you lower towards your mat. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left. Exhale, tap your nose, make contact. Inhale, big kick. Nice and slow. Exhale, left foot between the thumbs. Like you're moving through water. Arms rise overhead, high lunge. Elbows wide, dip the back knee, sink. Inhale, re-extend arms to the sky. Arms swing behind you, airplane wings. Inhale to rise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose of your choice. Inhale, warrior two, float. Exhale, hands to the mat. Keep breathing out as you step it back. Chaturanga is a choice. You can skip it if it's not in your wheelhouse at this point. One more time, lift the right leg. Exhale, touch your nose. Big kick, breathe in. Exhale, big step through. Let the breath guide you. Inhale, rise. Open your elbows, hover your left knee. Reach for the sky. Lean your heart forward, airplane wings. Inhale, rise. Warrior two, ground the left heel, arms wide. Sweep your right arm overhead, left arm down your back leg. Right forearm towards your thigh, side angle pose of your choice. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Nice, exhale, hands to the mat, breathe it out, step it back. Chaturanga. Up dog. Exhale, downward dog, last side. Lift your left leg, breathe in. Touch your nose, navel to spine. Inhale, kick it high. Exhale, step it through. Rise, high lunge. Elbows wide, dip the back knee. Re-extend. Stay with me, lean your heart forward, airplane wings. Rise up, reach up. Right heel to the mat, arms wide, warrior two. Lift the left arm, breathe in. Side angle pose, exhale, get low. Inhale, back up, warrior two. All the way down. Through plank into chaturanga if you choose. We'll meet in down dog, or you can choose child's pose. Knees wide, toes touch, hips back on the heels, forehead to the mat. Come back to your why. Come back to your breath. Exhale. Now if you're in child's pose or downward dog, you can rise up lifting the right leg and then step the right foot outside the right hand for runner's lunge. Getting a little deeper into the hips. You can have hands on the mat, you can put them on your blocks, or place your elbows on your blocks. Lengthen through the back of your neck. And just snuggle your right shoulder inside that right thigh bone. Option to add a quad stretch, reaching your right hand back, bend your left knee and catch your left foot with that right hand. And then kick your foot back into your hand, open up your right shoulder, your chest. Then pull that left heel in towards your outer left glute. Breathing in. 2 more. Awesome. Release your foot if you have it in your hand. Come up onto your palms if you're on your elbows. We'll heel toe that right foot in towards the midline and then shift your hips back. Come into half splits. So your left thigh bone is straight up and down, hips stack above the kneecap. This right knee can be a little bit bent. Flare out the sits bones. Fold in 5 breaths. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Look forward, bend the right knee, stack your knee over your ankle, and then walk your hands up onto that right thigh. Scoop the shoulders back, find that length in the tailbone, and then lift your left arm up by your ear. Breathe in. Exhale, hook your left armpit outside your right thigh, twist. Now we've been using those inner thigh muscles. Squeeze into the midline here. Tuck your left toes and lift your left knee. We're using those rhomboids between the shoulder blades. Squeeze those together here. And now that you have the core engaged, see if you can turn your eyes up towards the sky for 3, 2, 1. Now just look down, keep your twist in your chest. Take your left hand to the floor underneath your left shoulder. Pivot to the outer edge of your left foot, side plank is where we're headed. Stack right foot on top of left, or you could do what we did before with that left knee on the floor. If you have your feet stacked, try to make your big toes touch, but separate your heels if you're internally rotating. Lengthen your tailbone. Nice. Wild thing is next. Step the right foot behind you. Turn your heart up towards the sky. Breathe and reach for 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Flip it over. Plank pose. Optional chaturanga on your way to downward dog. Exhale. Take a cleansing breath in your dog pose. Let it go. All right, step that left foot up outside the left hand. Lower the right knee down. Shrug your shoulders back. And maybe the elbows sink onto your mat. Just let it feel good. Let it feel right. Notice whenever the breathing stops, when it feels any resistance. Remember, resistance is only met with more resistance. So if you're meeting resistance in a conversation or on social media, just ask, how can I be a little more open, a little more inviting, while still standing in your truth? Left hand reaches for right foot if you did the quad stretch on the other side. Awesome. Half splits when you're ready. Walk your hands up, heel toe the left foot in. Shift your hips back, lengthen your left leg. We'll take 5 good breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Little bend in that left knee. Actively push your heel through the floor, lifting through the sitting bones. Now go ahead and lengthen through your arms. We'll come back into the lunge. Left knee stacks over left ankle. Hands up onto that left thigh for now. Shoulder shrug, lengthen through the tail. And then right arm up by your ear. Inhale. Exhale, right armpit outside the left thigh. Twist and hook. Prayer hands at heart center. Do a little shoulder shrug, pinching your shoulder blades together. Activate the inner thigh muscles and then lift the back knee off the mat. Feel the left hip pull back. Strong inner thighs, test your balance, look up towards the sky. Feel the right glute fire. Stay with the breath. Side plank is next. Right hand on the mat, spin to the outer edge of your right foot. Stack the left foot on top of the right foot. Left arm lifts over the right. Big toes touch, widen through the heels. Use your leg muscles to hold your legs in space. Quads on, glutes on. Now start to hover the left foot on your breath in. Step your left foot behind you for the wild thing. Turn your heart up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Flip yourself around. 3-limbed plank pose perhaps. On your way through chaturanga. Next, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. 3 good breaths. Last 2. Last one. Now, you can practice a few hops. Eventually, I'd like you to hop your feet outside your hands and land in Malasana. See if you can bend the knees, hop, keep the big toes together, and then land back in the dog pose a few times. Or, if you're ready to go straight up to the top, see if you can bring the feet just outside the hands and then squat. Hands to heart center, Malasana. Now let your hands reach forward, like you're doing child's pose. Relax your head down, reach your fingertips a little farther forward. And as you relax your head down, see if you can bring your thighs to meet your outer ribs. So you might need to bring the feet a little closer together. And as you squeeze your knees into your rib cage, imagine you could move your rib cage farther forward, out from the pelvis. Now keeping that, just lift your chin, shrug your shoulders up, back, and down. And like you're elbowing someone to either side of you, take your elbows wide, drawing your upper arm bones towards the shins or the kneecaps, pushing those shin bones back, the thigh bones back. Now the hands can come into prayer here, or just the fingertips touch. Or we'll practice our crow pose, Bakasana. Hands to the floor, your big toes are gonna touch, so you can bring them together first. And then maybe first you just try rocking forward and back a few times. Right, I'll turn to the side. So you can rock onto your hands, make the big toes touch, and then rock back onto the feet. Onto the hands, big toes tap, onto the feet. If you feel like you can catch it, rock onto the hands, big toes touch, hold it here. Squeeze the knees to the midline, the belly button in, the big toes in. Look forward. Stay for 3 more breaths, and then we will practice our shoot back if that sounds good to you, or you can just step your feet back, downward facing dog is where we'll meet. For the shoot back, think about lengthening your elbows as you breathe in next. And then chaturanga arms, drive your feet back, chaturanga legs. Nice, upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Well done, take a deep breath. Let it go. Lift your right leg on the breath in. Come into pigeon pose, right shin behind the wrists. Lower your hips, lengthen your left heel straight back behind you. Walk your hands up for a moment, lift your heart. Exhale, walk your hands forward, stack them underneath your forehead. Breathe into the outer right hip. Here in pigeon. Or you can lie on your back, cross right ankle over left thigh instead. To switch sides, you can come through 3-legged dog, or I invite you to give this a try. Can you lift your chest, Maybe the hands come to heart center. Just lean onto that right hip, swing the left leg all the way around in front. Set up the left shin, shift your weight into that left leg and swing your right leg all the way behind you. Find your squared hips, breathing in. Left shin is forward, and then walk your hands forward. You are practicing watching your thoughts. Just notice if those are laced in any inauthenticity. Inquire who put that thought there. Is there any truth to it? If no, let it go. Sometimes that's the most uncomfortable part. Is recognizing our biases, our untruths. But just award yourself for doing the work. Exhale. Cool. Now rise back up. We'll just lean onto that left hip, swing the right leg around in front of you. Both legs long in front of you. Walk the sitting bones back. Keep a little bend in your knees. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Paschimottanasana. Whenever you feel like the world is just drawing your attention outwards, this pose or any pose where you're folding inwards towards yourself can help you come back to that true you. Realign. Slow as you rise back up. Hands to the mat. Scoot your hips forward. Hold on to the back of your thighs. Breathe in. Exhale. Lower your spine to the floor. Draw your knees in. Good. And then just keeping that right knee and your arms lengthened through your left leg. Twist right knee across your chest to the left. Right arm wide. Look to the right. Back to center, switch up your legs. Left knee and right leg long. And then drawing the left knee across your chest to the right. Left arm wide, chin to the left. Your way back to center. You can draw both knees in one more time. Give them a squeeze. Breathe in. And then exhale to release your legs long into Shavasana, corpse pose. Relax your arms down. Press your head into the ground. Shrug your shoulders back. And breathe everything out. All that's been going on, I feel like it's easy to rest in this place of what next? What? Searching for chaos. But what if you rest in this place and tell yourself that everything is already okay? You're breathing. You're alive. You have the power that you seek already. It resides within you. You just need to get out of your own way to find it. Just like you let go of your breath. Let go of your need to be right. There's too much righteousness out there already. That righteousness makes us rigid, cold, frigid. But here, this practice teaches us to be flexible, to be open, to see through the drama to the person on the other side, the conscious mind that resides within every human. But it's hard to find it in anyone else if you can't find it within yourself. Rest in the breath. Rest in that conscious version of you. Where can you find something to let go of? Any rigidity in your jaw, your neck, or your hips? Any stubbornness or rigidity in your mind? Things needing to be your way? And let that go. As you begin to breathe a little deeper, drop into that authentic version of you, your true north, the part of you that seeks the truth. Free of judgment, free of criticism. And as you awaken your toes and your fingers, it's as if you're starting all over again. Letting go of whatever happened in the past, whatever previous version of you need to release. And then reaching arms overhead like you're lifting the veil of illusion. We call that the veka, the sword of discernment. Just releasing the veil to see the truth. And as you roll to one side, just let your head rest on your arm for a few breaths. Heavy. Without being pulled in any one direction, except inward toward yourself. And as if the inner version of you guides the rise to the seat, take your time to arrive, drawing hands together at heart center eventually. Bow inwards, remembering whenever you feel a lack of power, it is likely due to being inauthentic about something. So make this commitment to yourself, this promise to yourself, to stay true to you. And as you are asked to go back into the world, please do what's best for this version of you. Without being rigid, without being righteous, just asking yourself why. Coming back to that intention, your truth. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. The light in me honors the divine light within you. Thank you very much. Namaste. Again, my name is Ariel Leon. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be doing this again next Friday at noon, and I know the studios around me are opening, but I am not going back yet. I personally think it's too soon. So, I'm going to keep doing this virtual stuff, and I hope you keep following along and just play safe, whatever you do. Love you much. Mwah.